Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G, back at y'all another episode of Running With You. And tonight we got to run about this video I came across. And it's this young lady. She basically saying what she heard, allegedly of the girls, why they prefer medium ugly men. Let's go ahead on and get into this whole little topic and see what she got to say, man. I got a feeling what I think she's gonna say, but we're gonna go ahead and react to it.
I don't believe this, but this is what the girls are saying, okay? This is what the girls are saying. They like the medium ugly guys because they supposedly treat you better because they're not full of themselves. A lot of girls don't go after the really good looking guys because they feel like it's too much competition there. He's getting his pick of the lot. If there's a Chris Brown in the room and then there's like a funny Marco, you would be surprised at how many girls will go for the funny Marco because let's say they both got the same amount of money. Let's say money's not the difference.
Right.
They will go off to the funny Marco because they know for a fact, like, you know what, he probably don't even get as many girls anyway. So to him, I'm as good as it gets.
Yeah, but what about
That's the
personality?
mentality. Yeah, that plays a part, but I'm saying most women, when it comes to looks, stray
That's
away
not
from
the
the
biggest-
guys
yeah.
that the Chris Brown guys. A lot of women don't. They'll might have sex with you or might whatever, but they don't want to settle down.
All right, this my take on this. I think what she's saying has some validity, but I also think it depends on what kind of look do you have. Like for instance, some women they're beautiful, but they have a lusty beautiful to them. Some men might not want that as wife material, and some women have a beauty to them, and they have a modest beauty to them. For example, LeBron wife. I think a lot of men will go for Savannah over a Cardi B because Cardi B is all over the internet, body shown all over the internet. You know, beauty is probably more linked to lust than anything. To whereas Savannah, I think more men in general think her beauty is just come with just natural beauty. I don't really think Savannah has much surgery. If she does, I know it's definitely not as much as Cardi B. And on top of that, she just carry herself in a more graceful manner. So when it comes to this, I think when it comes to medium ugly, I think women will more gravitate to the guy. Let's just say both guys are attractive. Some dudes might have that grownish look to them, like a rugged man look like a Idris Elba. I think a lot of women will go for Idris Elba over a guy that's just strictly a pretty boy, and you know he probably take as long as you to get dressed. Now let me just think of a pretty boy. Like a Lil Fizz, the guy from B2K. Like, it's just some guys, even with Lala, the streamer, and Jay Cinco, she actually said that she's attracted to him, but she's attracted to him because he look good, he's pretty, but he's a little bit too pretty. She like a guy that's more rugged and more manlier. So I think when it comes down to that, I think that women will like the guy who's more, masculine, more rugged or whatnot over the guy who's more pretty, because women don't want to be getting dressed with their man to go out to the Funny Marco concert and he taking just as long as her. They don't want to go to the Chris Brown and Usher concert and he taking just as long as her, you know. But I do think when it comes to being medium ugly, I think it also is that factor of, oh, I'm the prize in this situation because I look damn good, and he would be a fool to fumble me. But women got to also understand if he was able to have the ability to get you, he's having the ability to get someone else. Unless you just really go down low below your standards, and even then, when a man who's not that attractive pulls a bad bitch, he's going to start attracting other bad bitches because now those girls are going to wonder what is he's doing to keep her, what resources that he has to keep her, what money that he has to keep her. Or she can have jealous friends who just want to fuck her man, or she can have ops who just want to fuck her man and just want to ruin her life. So you got to understand when you're doing this, you're going to be doing nothing but making a guy, level up even more. Um, but I do think they do feel like it's a sense of, oh, I'm the prize in a situation. You'll be a fool to fumble me. I'm not going to have that much more competition to whereas it is a guy who's more generally attractive. You might can feel like you'll be easily replaced.
With you because they know other women are gonna like you. And they don't want to have to deal with that because you can choose as a good-looking man. You're tall. You look like Chris Brown. You're tall. Right. You have money or whatever. Women can't manipulate those type of guys because they know they have their pick of the litter and they know they can get the baddest girl in the room. So they don't want to have to deal with that competition.
What if he's that Chris Brown looking guy and he don't know?
They'll pick you off of being funny. This camera on me? They'll pick you off of being funny. Like, you don't have to look like, for women, we gotta look good. Because y'all don't say stuff like, you like a medium ugly girl. Women have conversations like that. We'd be like, girl, no, I want the ugly guy. I have a bro.
Yeah, but look, how many men?
Okay, now when it comes to the medium ugly girl, a lot of men will rather a decent 7, 8 on a good day, but have a very good heart, very good morals, move with grace, carry herself well, move with, a nurturing energy and femininity towards her, than a girl who's a 9 or 10, but a damn sure headache, very entitled, very gold digger in vibes, annoying, insufferable, just liability instead of an asset. A lot of men will rather that. And on top of that, I do think a lot of men will be like, okay, well, if I got a 7, if she goes to the store, if she goes to school, work, she ain't going to have that much guys hitting on her. To whereas if I have a 9 or a 10, she's going to have a plethora of guys hitting on her. Not to mention those 9s and 10s, you can also get into a lot of trouble with those women because a lot of men are going to try to hit on her, even with you in the vicinity. And that's going to make you have to be put in a lot of different situations. That's going to make you have to, put some hands on somebody, and it's just not worth the headache, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What's a 7 or 8 to you could be a 9 in somebody else's eyes. It could be right up his alley, like just his type.
How many men's games changed when the bear thing came to being a style?
He keeps asking why.
Okay. Why?
Here.
Wanted them to go a little bit more depth, but yeah, man, I do think that, it is women out here who wants the medium ugly guy. I do think it's women out here who, feels a sense of inferiorness to a guy who's just looking that good because they feel like if he got me, he could replace me at the drop of a dime. But this medium ugly guy, he can't replace me that much because I know what I bring to the table as far as my attraction, so he's going to worship the ground that I walk on, so, and then on top of that, a lot of girls who get with these medium ugly dudes and they be just quote unquote a bad bitch, they're going to feel like he got her by the skin of his teeth anyway, So I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Do you agree with this? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comment section if you had any experiences dealing with this. Like, have you had your fair share of medium ugly dudes if you're a woman in the chat? Or if you're a dude and you felt like a girl was kind of out of your league and she was purposely dating you because of that reason, or she may have told you, let me know down in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what you waiting on? Until next time, I'm out.